Let's get high. Let's get high. Smoke one.
Yo.
Hey.
Welcome to Blazing Blunts. Are you familiar with this little format we have here? We're in Colorado, so we like to partake in the legal stuff around here.
It's legal here now,
It is
right?
legal here, yes. But we will not be partaking this episode. We already did out in the parking lot.
Oh, you did?
Before
Okay.
we here.
All
Well, we're
right.
in the green room with the Comedy Works, so
Yeah,
I don't think we should be partaking right now.
Yeah.
It's only legal in certain spots.
I'm probably still not inside, right?
Well, I guess it's supposed to be legal inside. That's where you're supposed to be able to do it, but...
But I mean not in like establishments, like in restaurants.
Yeah, I think people are trying to open up cafes. Me and Roger went to one called the iBake Lounge. You got to buy a membership. As long as you have a membership, I think that's how they get away with it. They go ahead and they open it up to the public, and
So it's like the Dallas Buyers Club.
there you go. Yeah, exactly. Yes, exactly. I did watch that movie. I know what you're talking.
You just have to buy a membership.
Exactly, and then they go ahead
Not
and they
really
give
selling
you
you.
then they give you the product, but they don't actually give you anything in there. It's just this place for you to go and do it. I told them my dad and his friends were doing it back in the '70s. Only difference is they weren't letting everybody know they were doing it.
Right, now it's legal.
How do you feel about that?
I can't wait till it's legalized in every state because I think people would be so much nicer if pot were legal. I think all wars will be cupcake wars.
Oh, that's
There is a show called Cupcake Wars.
Yes, I've seen
on
that.
the
I have a
Food
daughter.
Network.
Yes.
Oh, you do? Okay.
She loves the Food Network.
I
I
love
don't think
the
she really cooks nothing now, but she loves the Food
I know.
Network.
My husband's like, why do you even bother watching the Food Network? You don't know how to cook. And I'm like, I don't know. I might learn something.
Oh, the cat. She don't cook, huh?
I also watch a lot of the true crime shows.
Oh, she knows how to get away with killing her husband. She doesn't cook, and she's on
Well,
the road all the time.
I
like
either
it.
kill him with the food.
That's horrible.
But no, I think I am all for the legalization of marijuana because I think if alcohol and tobacco are legal, I think we should just level the playing field.
I agree. I mean, bring on the cocaine and the heroin too. I'm opening. If you're gonna open the box,
I'm
people
not
are gonna
sure
keep
about
pressing
heroin.
the issues.
I'm not sure about heroin.
I don't do heroin myself, but I mean, when is it gonna stop?
I've
I
quit.
think somebody's always gonna push it as long as we keep opening it. I don't like it because the laws now. The laws are different. Like I have been doing this for the last 20 years, and never have I had to worry about getting a DUI. Had to worry about getting my pipe took away, maybe getting a little possession charge.
Were you ever
but-
caught? Like,
Oh yeah, I've been
yeah.
pulled over many
And
times.
what happened?
They give you a little possession charge, or they take away your pipe. They make you well. Back in the day, they let you destroy it. They're like, "Yo, destroy that." You try, but it's made out of metal and clay, so it really didn't destroy. But yeah,
What's the weirdest thing you ever made a pipe out of?
Ooh, that's a good one. Well, the most
Okay,
I guess
I guess
creative
not.
would have been when we went to Lowe's or Home Depot back in the day. My dad and my uncle were shopping, and me and my cousin went over into the actual pipe part.
Oh,
and
like pipes?
Yeah,
Like-
the oil. It's like you should not be smoking out of type. And the bowl was like that deep. Like you could put a whole half ounce into this bowl.
Wait, real pipes?
Real pipes. You screw them together. We went ahead and we made this. We were like
Wait, like
13
pipes
years old.
like that you made
Like you go ahead and let water run through it.
Okay.
Yes, in your home. Type
not like
pipes.
a corn cob.
That would be. We weren't doing Popeye. Yeah, it was real metal pipes, and we actually took it to school, and we got in trouble and got caught with it.
They
And
thought you were trying to.
They didn't
do
know
some
what
plumbing.
the hell we were doing. We didn't know what the hell we were doing. They took it away from us. All of a sudden, they brought out another kid's pipe. Was with one of them little tiny ones with a cap on them. I mean, real tiny. You could put in your pocket. And my grandma and my dad were there, and they go, "No, that's not Rick's pipe." They brought out this monster, and boom, threw it on the table. I was surprised my grandma didn't die right then and there. She was very disappointed in me.
She said, "Pass the pipe."
No.
Wait, so you come by pot smoking naturally?
I
Does
do.
your dad-
That's what I've been doing. Oh yeah, see, yeah. I watched my grandma bust my dad for it. My dad bust me for it. It's a
And you bust
tradition.
your children?
Yeah, not yet. I'm gonna beat the hell out of my children. You got a couple kids, don't you?
I do. I
Stepchildren?
have 2 stepsons.
I have one stepson, so I know how that is.
Right, and I don't know so much about if they're smoking pot, but I
don't know?
know that they're drinking bourbon.
How old are they?
I think no, they're 19 and 23.
Oh, well, let them smoke pot, let them drink,
I
let them be
know.
merry.
Yeah.
Men are babies.
They're
Mine
not.
are at the age when I started doing everything. So 14, 15 years old. Did your kids get in trouble when they were younger?
No, they never
Didn't
got
have
in
a
trouble.
problem?
They were kind of straight.
Good.
And but then one went to college and he discovered a fraternity and
Lovely.
he's enjoying
Well, that's the time to do it,
himself.
though. I
Right.
mean, if you grow up and get your brain right, then if you want to go retarded, go retarded. That's what I tell. That's what I tell my kids.
What's our excuse?
Oh, my kids ask me all the time, Daddy, why do you cuss? I said, because I'm retarded. What do you mean? Well, it's bad words. I learned bad habits, and now I can't break them. You don't learn them, you have no problems. And they're like, all right. I'm like, go ahead and cuss. See what happens. I'm gonna slap your mouth. Go ahead and drink. Go ahead and smoke.
Right.
Well, I've made a deal with my kids. As long as they don't drink or smoke, I'll give them their license. If they get caught drinking or smoking, then they're not going to have a license.
That's
so
fair.
far, they
So
seem
far, so good.
pretty adamant about it. They're like, all right, yeah, don't be messing around.
And you're hoping because you don't
I'm
want to have to
hoping,
drive them.
yes. No, hell no, they ain't going nowhere. No, we got public transportation.
I just remember in high school, my best friend's brother made pot brownies, and we didn't know there was pot in them.
Ooh,
and so we
laced.
ate half the batch, and then we got the munchies and ate the other half. And no,
It's a
inhaled.
vicious
I
cycle.
inhaled some pot brownies, and my
Why
friend.
did you choke? Are you okay? You're supposed to swallow those ones.
My friend got an out of clothes experience.
Oh,
and
nice.
Yeah,
It was earlier time. That's how
Yeah,
you guys did it.
right. No, if you don't know what out of clothes experience is, when you take off all your clothes at the Burger King. She wasn't totally naked. She was wearing that cardboard crown that they make you put together. She was having it her way.
Oh, we don't get high like they
Okay,
did.
it was me.
Oh,
But
yeah.
they say the pot is stronger now. The pot.
The
They say it's strong. Now, what's the difference between like when it's sold over the counter or
under the counter.
under the counter? Like what's like? Do they sell medical?
Yeah,
strain?
I've been buying medical marijuana for the last 4 years now, and I still am on the medical list because I had cancer, and that's how I ended up getting my medical. card.
Wow.
Yeah, police
Did you
pulled
beat
me
it?
over. I think so. I hope so. We'll see what happens. I'm still here. Sure. Yeah, I had testicular cancer. They removed everything. Not everything. I'm still good down there.
Okay.
But yeah, police officers hate that. They're like, "Oh, you got your medical card, huh? What happened?" I was like, "Oh, I had chemotherapy. You know, it was real rough on me." And they're like, "Oh, okay, all right, never mind." I was like, yeah, asshole. Ask me another one. But yeah, the medical it's the same weed though.
It
That's
is.
that's where it's getting to be funny with everybody. It's like, oh, this is medicine, this is recreational. Yeah, but you just pulled it out of the same bag. They just have so much limited for the recreational, so much limited for the medical. And
Right.
the recreational it's ridiculous. I mean, these people have to be 21 years of age or older, and you would think you were just dealing with a bunch of 12-year-olds. They're excited, they're giddy, like, oh my God, what does this do?
Well, because
it's
it's
weed, man.
legal.
You know what it does.
Right.
But I mean, it's just funny to watch grown adults come in and just act like complete children.
But here's my question, because a friend of mine has insomnia, and so he got his medical marijuana card in Los Angeles because we have medical
Right,
there. That's where I live in California, and but there are two strains, indica and sativa, and so they shouldn't be able to, because he has insomnia, they shouldn't give him the one that makes him like
No, they
hyper.
offer him whatever.
But
Yeah.
they give him whatever he wants.
Exactly.
So
yeah,
in
he
that
should just
sense,
be able to get an indica. If it was prescribed by a doctor,
right,
it should be prescribed what he has. Yeah.
right, which is insomnia, which is he can't fall asleep,
He
and
needs
so
the indica to where he goes.
so in that sense, it's sort of bogus.
It is.
Right.
It's all a game. That's why I'm like, these are grown-ups that are putting these rules. They're playing games with
And
each
they're
other.
different in every state and probably by every dispensary or
Everywhere. Oh, I hear
Yeah.
now if you have a Colorado license plate, that's it. As soon as you leave the state, people are being tagged.
really.
Well, I mean, welcome to my world now.
Okay, so
That's
the
what
guy
it's
the
like.
guy who picked me up at the airport
Mhm.
said that there's twice as much traffic because more people are moving to Colorado because of that it's legal now.
Yeah, they think it's Amsterdam. Go ahead. People are being pulled over now, and yeah, they're getting DUIs left and right. It's not.
So they say they still call it a DUI.
Oh yeah, that's the thing is they weren't. You didn't get a DUI before. If you got caught smoking marijuana and driving, there was never a threat of taking your license, locking you up. There was never that. Now we just got pulled over going to Blackhawk, and we had partaken in the
Right.
blunt session, and it stunk. Like my truck was stinking. I was,
But you
on
had
the
your
marijuana.
card.
Yeah, I have my card, but I didn't even bring it up to the officer. He pulls me over because he thought my light was out. I said, well, did you notice it's still on? He goes, yeah, I
Right.
noticed when you got close. I'm like, then why the hell did you pull me over?
Right. Was it profiling?
Well, yeah. See,
or the wafting out of the windows?
It was the smoke just pouring out. So he pulls us over and he tells us, "All right, I can smell it. Who's getting high?" So I look over at my buddies. I'm like, "They're getting high, not me." And he goes, "Are you getting high?" It's like, "Nope." He goes, "I'm gonna trust you." I said, "Good." I don't want to deal with this. He explains the laws to us. I said, "Well, what do you mean, no open container? You know, it comes in a baggie, it comes in a container.
It's
what
different
do you mean?"
from...
No, and he goes, "No, just like if you're cruising down the road with the 40 and a baggie." I'm like, "What the hell's going on?" Dude, I'm 35 years old. I'm not cruising down the road with the 40 and a baggie.
Right.
What are you talking about? And he goes, "Oh no, the tequila, huh?" I'm like, "What the hell's happening right now?" My buddies are dying because they've already admitted to being high, so they're just laughing their ass off. I'm like, I feel like I'm being punked right now. Like, is this the test for marijuana now? Fuck with the people enough to see if they start laughing? And I'm like, oh shit, you got me. Did you ever watch Cheech Chong movies?
You know, I've never seen one of their movies,
Oh,
but
goodness.
I listened to their albums on vinyl.
I think it was the same thing, wasn't it? Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
They just put it on
vinyl,
video.
Right.
So you listened to the soundtrack is all you did.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had that too. We rolled up that big old bamboo.
I wonder if Tommy
Joint.
Chung moved to Colorado or Washington State.
I don't think he's moved yet. I think he's still where he's at. We just seen him a couple days, was it last week? He was here for a competition. Was it Colorado's Got Talent, I think it was.
Really?
I wasn't in it, so I wasn't that invested. But I heard Tommy was there. I was like, well, I'm going to go check it out.
Have you met him?
Couldn't even get close.
Oh.
I couldn't. Yeah, he had like 10 people around him. They took him right up to where the judges were. A couple of my friends got to smoke with him, but
I heard people just throw joints at him.
yeah, oh yeah. But I heard he doesn't take everything.
He won't?
No, he doesn't.
Yeah.
I heard he's like really specific with everything, and he likes the new vaporizers. That's another thing too. Is all this vaporizers and edibles. I have a problem now with the edibles.
What's that?
My kids are in middle school. They just got busted, raided. Their school did, not my children,
Right.
but their school, and they said kids are just getting high all day long.
Really?
I was like, how the hell are they getting
They're
high?
eating
Yep, they're just
candy
sitting there
or-
eating candy, eating brownies, and nobody knows. You can't detect it. I was like, oh.
Well, I think even scarier is the animals. Because last night Kevin Fitzgerald was on the show.
Oh, when animals get a hold of the weed?
Right.
I was like, the
and
animals, what's that?
No, apparently like once a day he said some dog comes in because he's eaten a batch of brownies off the counter.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a laughing matter.
Oh, they get all lethargic. My cousin has like a horse bred with the dog. It's just a ginormous, is it a Doberman, I think it is? And he just ate a little bit of weed, and that was it. You just put him down. He was just lethargic. He wouldn't drink. He wouldn't eat. He wouldn't do anything.
Really?
And the same thing happened to my other buddy's dog, who was like a poodle size. They ate about the same size of marijuana, just a little bit, and it did the same exact thing to him.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's why I'm all for it. My kids are looking at me, going, "Oh, look, Dad, you're smoking, you're doing it." I'm also grown. All right, let you
Right.
get through this.
Right,
I
your
explain.
brain-
There's got to be stages. You know?
Yeah. Let
You
your
gotta-
brain form.
Yeah, that's something that my brain didn't form. I'm
Obviously.
still retarded. Boom! She's got
You're
jokes.
doing comedy.
What got you into comedy? Because you got some smarts about you, don't you? Got some learnings. Did you do any college?
I went to college. I was going to
See,
be a
that's
therapist.
learnings. Therapist, huh?
And then instead I went right into
And
therapy.
You went and got the therapy. Uh-huh.
And, I don't know. Like, I think life kind of has a life of its own. Because if you had asked me what I was going to be when I grew up, no idea. But I just I took a class on how to be a stand-up comedian, and I ended up here 30 years
So
later.
you didn't think about it as a child?
I'd always done a lot of musical theater. Like, I was always the star of the play. Like, I was Eliza in My Fair Lady. I was Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz.
Nice.
I was the hooker in Death of a Salesman.
Hell yeah.
not so much the star. But, and I did a play in college where I had all the funny lines at the end of each scene. And it was called Uncommon Women and Others. And it was the first time I got a laugh on stage. And you know how it is.
Oh, yeah.
That it's so addictive getting a laugh. That
Were you a class clown, though, before that?
no, I was really serious.
See, I was always
had
addicted to
lots.
that laugh.
You were?
Always.
See, I didn't have that until I did the play and I got the laughs. And then I was taking a class at an adult ed center, and the class I took was an acting class because I was doing psych research during the day, so I thought I'll take an acting class at night. Well, the teacher quit. Right, the teacher quit, and so they said take another class. So I'm looking through the course catalog and I see how to be a stand-up comedian, and I'm like, that looks really interesting. And I had just seen a comedian named Barry Crimmins, who's a Boston comedian, very political. I'd seen him on stage smoking a cigarette, and I remember thinking, that is the coolest thing, because I used to smoke cigarettes.
Oh, yeah, smoking is cool, kids. Smoking's cool.
I thought that was the coolest thing. So, for the first couple of times I went on stage, I had a cigarette, and I'm like, I thought I was just the shit, right? Anyway, that's how I started doing stand-up.
So what happened to being the shit? You know what I mean?
I stopped smoking cigarettes, and
did it make you little? Was that what?
It stunted my growth.
Stunted. There you go. Stunted the growth. That's what I was looking for.
But no, like then it just I quit a few times those first couple of years and just did my day job. But there's something about comedy. It just
once you get
back.
if you like it, yeah. I mean, even the people who aren't good at it, I see them keep going.
No, I mean because it's attention. We're bringing community to something that's not a community, and
it brings anybody and everybody together.
I love that. I love at the end. I love it.
You've been on Showtime. You had your own hour special.
I did.
How cool is that?
It's called Taller on TV, because 9 times out of 10 somebody will meet me and they'll say, "Oh my God, you look so much taller on TV." And so I shot it. We shot it. My husband and I shot it ourselves, and then we sold it to Showtime. And
oh really?
Yeah.
Oh,
we
cool.
shot it ourselves. We raised the money. And
I watched it. It was nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was fun. You're funny. I like you.
Thank
I always
you.
have. Very
Thank
nice
you.
and charming. Rita Rudner.
Yes.
I've always been a fan of her too.
She's awesome.
I always liked how and you remind me.
People
of that.
have told me that.
Yeah, you definitely have that kind of style. I think.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Who are some of your favorite comedians?
Oh, I like them raw. I like them dirty. Like the Richard
Dirty.
Pryors. Oh yeah, that's what I like
His
about
daughter
this.
is a really funny stand-up.
She was just here
Rain.
at at the same place that Tommy was at. They brought her down and she headlined the show at Herman's Hideaway here.
Yeah.
I didn't get to catch that one. I didn't see her. So I mean, she looks
so
like
talented.
her dad. Is all I can see.
She does.
She does. She definitely looks like her dad in the face.
But I follow her on Facebook and Twitter. Her name is Rain Pryor, and she's so spiritual and wise, and she just has an amazing personality, and I just love. I've never seen her stand up actually, but I just love her. She's so like positive. I love that about her. So,
see, that's what you are. I like
I'm
that
positive.
Too. I think so. Every time I see you, you are very positive. Well, it's like you bring light to the room.
You know what? I almost died in a car crash in December. I think I told you.
Just recently?
Yeah.
December?
I want to say almost died. The woman in the car next to me died.
Oh yeah, it did say something like this.
And so that kind of like kicked me awake, or something happened where I'm like, okay, this is it. Life is short.
Yeah.
And just be positive. And I'm not saying I'm always positive.
Oh, see, I'm a pissed off person.
Are you?
I look at everybody.
Is that
like,
your persona?
Oh, the world can kiss my ass. I try to be happy. That's why I like comedy. You know, I can tell horrible situations or tragic stuff, make just a little twist on it, and then boom, a room lightens up. And it's like, oh, that was dark, but bam, look at all the light that it brought.
Right, because you can speak from experience. And
right, and that's how I do it. How do you speak from experience on stage mostly, or
you know
how
what?
do
I make shit up.
Just that's it. That's even better. That's you're more creative.
But the emotion is the same.
Yeah.
You know, like I might make up that I have a brother,
but you're into it.
But it's the emotional truth.
So you're one of those people that if you lie to yourself enough, then it actually becomes the truth.
Oh yeah, I have a brother somewhere.
Nice.
No, when I first met my husband, he'd see me perform, and so our first date, he was like, "So where's your brother now?" And I'm like, "I don't have a brother."
So there's a couple things we need to come clear about. Do you get nervous before you go on stage anymore? Like before you shot that little special for Showtime, were you?
Well, that was different. That I decided for my 50th birthday, instead of throwing a party for myself, I was going to throw a show. So I invited everybody I knew. So everybody I knew was in the audience, which don't do that. Don't invite everybody.
That's what I was going to ask. Yeah, is that worse for you?
Because they had already seen, a lot of my friends have seen me perform, so it was a little different because I got more philosophical in that show. I sat down on a couch and told like tweets. You know, I didn't just do
So
straight
she didn't
stand
give a
up.
shit. She just sat back and was like, welcome to my world.
No, I was like, you know, what do oysters think the world is? You know, like philosophical stuff.
Yeah, that's more Roger right there. That's
Yeah, that's your shtick.
What do oysters think?
See?
That's really important.
What do oysters think the world is? Right?
and I'm the one that's high. Mm-hmm.
So, and I have my mother in my special. She's playing the drums. She comes out on a drum set, and so it's a little different.
Yeah.
So, do I get nervous? I get nervous when I'm doing it for TV. So
Is it because of how many people it's reaching at the time? See, I got like that with radio the first time I did it. I was sitting in the lobby and like, over 9 billion people reached. And I'm like, oh shit,
Oh, my
alright,
God.
I'm not nervous now.
Right.
But when I was in the room, it didn't matter.
Right.
Because it was just me and him. So I
Right.
didn't care who was listening.
Right, and you had a great time.
I had a wonderful
Yeah.
time, yes. Is that how it is for you then? Like, do you get like nervous right up to it and then when you're in the moment, it's just happening?
Pretty much. When I was little, I used to watch The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson, and I would watch the comedian like Phyllis Diller, and I would be so fucking nervous for her until she got her first laugh.
Really?
And then that's really how I am too. Like, I'm really nervous until I get that first laugh.
See, I get it like when a comedian doesn't do good, I'm like, ooh, I don't even want to look at him.
I
You know what I'm saying?
know,
This is
I
uncomfortable
know.
right. But I don't think I ever got nervous for the comic. Like, come on, man. You
I
can do it.
I also thought that they made it up on the spot. Like, I thought...
I did too. Oh no, when I first did the first open mic, I was watching them and I was like, oh, these guys are horrible. I can do this. Got up there, I was like, oh shit,
Right,
what am I
it's not
doing?
that-
Like 45 seconds later, I'm like, all right, I'm out of here. I can't do this.
Well, it's a different skill from entertaining at a party.
I think you have to have something, but then when you're up there, it can be on the fly. But
Right.
if you don't have nothing, good luck to you.
Right.
You may get away with it once, maybe twice, but I don't think anybody can just go up there and do it every time. And if you can, that is fantastic.
That's amazing.
That
There's
is
a comedian
amazing.
named Kira Sultanovich, and she and Paula Poundstone are the best I've ever seen doing crowd work. Like, they could just talk to anybody and just build on it and come back to it, and it's just brilliant. And I
But
love
do they go
that.
up there still with something?
They have material.
Yeah, see,
yeah.
If you go up there with
No, you
nothing, I
can't
don't
just
think
wing
you
it
can,
every
yeah.
time. But this is, I mean, I was so nervous I was on a plane in my 20s, and I saw the flight attendant behind the curtain. Like, I could see her behind the curtain. She was talking on the intercom, and I was nervous for her because she had to talk on the intercom.
Oh my goodness!
I know, like-
and this is before you decided I'm going to go up there in front of everybody.
Right. Because
And
I
what-
think,
oh.
because you still get a little nervous.
Hell yes. I
Right,
do.
because it means something.
Yeah.
Right.
If they
because
don't like it,
if
it's
we
going to be
didn't care,
devastating to me.
then it wouldn't matter.
Right.
So,
Yeah, and I know. I try to be like, oh, shit. Oh yeah, I
Right.
care. If you don't like this, I'm gonna be devastated later on.
Right.
So I love it. I mean, this is what I'm
How
trying
long?
to do.
You've been doing it 8 years?
6 years.
6 years.
Yeah. And you?
29 years.
Woo! All right, now we're gonna get into the good questions.
Okay.
How old are you really, and is that your natural hair color?
Well, some of it is. I'm 53. I'm past my sexual peak and my credit limit.
Wow.
And I have some gray streaks, and I have 50 strands
So
of
do I.
gray.
Nice.
And those are mine. But I had my hair dyed. Was that a serious question?
No, not
okay.
at all.
But I had my hair dyed. You asked for it. You're getting it. And then, like, for $200 or something crazy like that. And then I hated it.
Jeez.
I hated it. So I went and I bought Preference by L'Oreal for $2.90 or $8.95 or whatever. And I,
Right.
like, covered it over, and I loved it.
So I need Preference by L'Oreal.
Preference
I
by
wanted to blend
L'Oreal.
my
Right,
hair.
for what?
Well, this is gel, all natural, but I know in a couple years it ain't gonna be gelling out anymore.
I like Roger's hair.
It is.
That's all natural.
Yeah.
That's
Stand in front of the camera so
I
people
don't.
can see
I don't
you.
wash it. I don't do anything.
this
to
is
it.
how you get it all natural, right?
The last time I'd seen shampoo was sometime in the 90s.
Oh, are you one of those Wen people?
She said,
Have you ever
"When?"
used
No.
Wen?
What is Wen?
When I only see the infomercials, and I'm like, this has got to be a joke. It's shampoo-less. It's like waterless shampoo. you just put it in your hair and you never have to wet your head.
Oh,
I'm like,
no, not
wait
at all.
a minute.
So just instead of rinsing the chemical out, you would leave it in there. That's more natural. I like it. Okay.
I know.
Is that what you're using?
No, I don't.
That's
put
natural
anything.
oils and grease.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is years of not washing it,
That's just
barely rinsing it.
that's beautiful.
This town, Denver, the Comedy Works comics, the best in the country.
Nice.
It's so much fun watching, and I've gotten to know them over the
Yeah,
years.
you come back quite often. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. I see you often.
I was here last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like every year, pretty much.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I just love coming here.
This is the place. You like it right here. Do you like the South Club down here now, or do you like the downtown?
I haven't
club
been
right
at the downtown club
You
for
never?
years.
Oh, I'm gonna say what-
years.
No?
But I love it down
So
here.
do you like it here?
I
then?
really love it
Do you
here.
request to come
It's
down?
like, I'll take whatever shit I can get.
Yeah.
But I don't mean this.
No, I mean, yeah,
Right?
like the establishment. I mean, you have.
They just offer me this and I take it. But I love everything about this gig. Even the green room is green.
It is green.
It's
This
wonderful.
is a green room, and it's actually a room, not just a little spot that you got to go behind stage.
I should have done a book years ago called Green Rooms and taken pictures of every green room because they range from like the most luxurious to a broom closet to nothing till like there's no green room. But this is my favorite story. So I used to, when I first started out, I worked at Caesar's Palace opening for Julio Iglesias and Anne Margaret, and I was like way over my head. Like,
That's awesome.
I don't know how I got this gig, but so I went there a couple of times and I met the waiter who would come to the green room, and the green room was like huge and I was all by myself, so I started befriending this waiter. So I don't think about him for 15 years, and then one day I think about him. That next day I did the Jimmy Kimmel Show, and who walks into the dressing room?
Right after thinking of one day later. Oh wow.
The waiter. The waiter is in Jimmy's band. His son is the band leader.
Oh wow.
And I guess Jimmy grew up in Las Vegas, and that's how they met. But isn't that weird? Like, the waiter his name is Cleto Sr., and he is in the band. So
You still talking to Clito?
I haven't talked to him in a while, but that was just like,
He's gonna call tomorrow now.
Right?
Watch, because you were just thinking about
I
it.
just looked at him like, what? Like, this is my life in a nutshell.
That is
so.
weird. Yeah, I've had a couple experiences like that. It's like, I was just thinking about you the other day. What the hell's going on?
Is
And
there
it's been a minute
sixth
since.
sense?
Yeah.
Like, is
See, that's what Roger's into. Is all that
Roger's into
the ghost and the sixth sense and
UFOs,
It's all connected.
All of it's all just
All of it.
the weirdness.
the unidentified flying objects. I saw one recently, and then I realized what it was, so
Yeah,
I
yeah.
identified it.
So
But
it
it's
was an
always fun.
identified
Right,
flying
it was
object.
an identified flying
But
object.
it's always fun
It was a
thinking
plane.
like, oh, that one could be an alien, finally.
Right?
You never know.
A friend of mine, well, yeah, my husband believes in all that.
Oh, nice.
Well, I have friends who have seen UFOs,
Mhm. Mm-hmm.
and they weren't high.
Okay. And I was.
Oh, did you see a UFO?
Oh, I've seen all
Have you
kinds
been
of shit.
abducted?
Oh, no, hell no. I've been to prison. I still
Probed?
wasn't even probed.
Oh.
No. No, probed. One step ahead of you there. Really appreciate you sitting down with us. You are fantastic.
I love you.
Oh, we love you too. Wendy Liebman, everybody. Thank you very much for sitting down with us.
Colorado.
Hell yeah. Blazing blunts, baby.